All right, here we are at Nachtigal Farms on the north intake site. We're beginning in basically what's our cistern. We're utilizing our ROV, that's a remote operated vehicle. It is hardline tethered back to a screen and controls. Yeah, equipped with the high def video camera facing off of the front, along with the black and white off the rear. And then you can see in the screenshot now that we have basically a tool or a claw on the front for pinching, grasping items. We're making our way down into the cistern at this time. We're going to start our inspection by going to the east after we take a quick peek at the bottom of the pump intakes. You can see there's a fair amount of sediment, a little bit of corrosion that's built up on them. Nothing that's alarming at all. They look really good. When we get down here and look underneath, you'll see that there's a little bit of vegetation that's caught up on the inside, but again, I don't see any problems in this area. And this ROV also is equipped with lights, and the camera's a little special where it can peer through the muck and the sediment. So we're going to actually move in on this item and use our pinchers to basically grab a hold of it. And a lot of times that'll just tell us if there's heavy pitting that's going on in the metal. We didn't find any pitting on it. Now here we are to the east. So we're at the very edge of the eastern side. There's a rope, there's some debris that's back inside of the pipe, a lot of mud, I should say larger pieces of sediment, along with even a stick. This rope we're going to go ahead and get a hold of and pull it out of the system, as it shouldn't be in there. Most of the material that we're going to see deposited back in here is more than likely just a result of drawing all that material from the intakes line to the west back to the east by Morris, and then removing. That's kind of what this area is for capturing it. Okay, as the ROV makes its way back into this pipe that makes up the east end, you'll notice there's a few sticks. They appear to be good sized through the camera, but the thing to keep in mind is that that claw there in front of you is only about 2 inches on each side, with a maximum width of about 2.5 inches. You can see there's even some mold that's developed on a piece of log, and then right in front of us there's also a log. Now this ROV is real small, and you can see that I can push that, so it's not a very big piece of timber. And then of course there's our metal cap on the end. Now for the next part of this inspection, we're going to turn the ROV and make our way to the west side, out to where the intake lies in the river. And that's where we find ourselves right after this. You can see this catfish in front of us. He appears to be good size, but again, he's very small. He's less than a couple inches long. Now we're actually inside of the pipe that's going out to the intake. So this is the main intake line. And our primary goal here was to just do an inspection of the inside and see if we could see any severe pitting, cracks, holes, anything that would indicate this pipe's lifespan is diminished. And we did not find that to be the case. It looks real good inside. You can see here that it looks real clean. There's no sediment along the bottom, up along the sidewalls. We did find that there was a layer of bubbles on the ceiling of this pipe. So this little catfish, he's on his last season, I'm sure. He's going to have a rough spring. But here we are making our way along the pipe. Again, you can see that the sides look clean. The bottom momentarily there looked real good. One thing, this is such a long pipe. With our ROV, we would have to get a run at it in order so that it could take all that umbilical line with it. Basically, there's a lot of drag behind the ROV. You can see we're backing up now so that we can get a run at it and get a little momentum going in our favor. There we go. And we progress forward. Now as we reach the end of this pipe, you can see that now we do have a little sediment at the bottom. It's no longer perfectly clean. This isn't very much right here. It's only about maybe 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. And then once we get up to the temporary screen plate that was put in place by our divers in order to, one, get out the water jet that Morris had stuck in the intake, and also to recover that intake screen and look at it for damage and refurbish it. It's my understanding Morris has refurbished that screen now. And there we go. There's the very end. So we're going to go right up and take a peek. I'm going to hit it real hard with the ROV, just make sure the divers put it on tight. Apparently they did good. So that concludes our inspection of the intake. Again, this sediment that we found at the very end appears to be very soft. It should pass right through the system without causing any hiccups.